if you're using ChatGPT to plan your travel, I would like to caution you against doing that for the obvious reasons of I've generally been against the whole AI thing since the beginning. I think it's bad for our brains. We know it's bad for the environment, but I've seen so many travelers being like, I've been using ChatGPT to plan my trips and like all the like great parts of it. And I was like, you know what, as a travel content creator, I need to know like what's going on, what's out there in the universe. So, okay, let me put some stuff into ChatGPT to plan my trip that I'm going on later this year. And maybe I did like the prompts or whatever wrong, but no matter if I did everything wrong, what happened is not excusable. So I get the whole, I kind of give them a loose itinerary that I had. I ask, I'm like, does this make sense? The time of year and the weather, and suggest how to get between places and, kind of what I was thinking. And it spat out an itinerary. And I was like, okay, this is actually like pretty helpful, cool. I had asked it to make a few adjustments and like kind of run some scenarios or whatever. I did notice that like there were a few times where like it really kind of wasn't listening to what I said, or I'd be like, no, I meant that. Or like it had me going to a place and I had said like specifically been like, please consider the weather in these places in this time of year. And it had somewhere in the itinerary, and I knew from my research that place was going to be like in monsoon season at that time of the year. And so I was like, no, I said, consider the weather, like we can't go there. And it was like, oh yeah, you're right. That's a great point. We can't go there. I get the whole itinerary done, right? And I'm like a little frustrated where I'm kind of like, I'm probably not going to do this again because I could have just done this myself faster instead of arguing with a machine. So like, experiment, whatever, done. I'm not going to do it again. Again, I think it's bad for us. I get to the end of the itinerary. It entirely forgot a day. I had given it the dates, like, with the 15th through the 1st of the next month. I was like, these are the dates of the trip. I get the itinerary. It entirely eliminated November 30th. It just forgot it in the itinerary. And I was like, and that messed up the whole thing because if you're missing a day in an itinerary that's going to a lot of places, like, that messes up everything. And so I, like, pointed out, I was like, hey, ChatGPT, you missed November 30th entirely while the whole time we're building this itinerary. Thank goodness I just noticed. And it was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You're right. I totally did forget November 30th. And like, here's, a revised itinerary. You actually do have time to do the thing that you wanted to do because there's an extra day. I'm like, yeah, thanks. And then I had to make one more adjustment and some new itinerary. And it forgot November 30th again. I don't think this thing is that smart. We're supposed to rely on AI for like the future, and like Google and Meta are spending bazillions of dollars on data centers and destroying the earth. And it doesn't know how to read a calendar. Plan your own itineraries. Or hire someone to do it. Don't use ChatGPT. They will forget a day. They'll forget a day and they won't listen to you, and they'll put you in Hoi An in the season where it rains 15 out of 30 days of the year.